Hey Vultures, thanks for swooping in to check out this edition of Asian Culture Vulture's Bird Eye Review Show with me, Natalie. So, what have I been taking a peek at on the OTTs these last few weeks?
Hey.
Have we met?
Wow, use that line a lot?
Well, staring back at me has been Priyanka Chopra's Evil Eye, a Tamil 5-film anthology, PPK, and A Suitable Boy. But before that, this. Sad news about the death of India's first Oscar winner, Bhanu Athaiya. She won for Best Costume Design for the film Gandhi and shared it with American colleague John Mollo. Read her obituary on the ACV website and watch our video interview which covers her contribution to Indian cinema, including Bollywood. She died aged 91 and we've been in touch with her daughter, Radhika Gupta. Check it out on the website. Big news for film lovers in Mumbai, and something that could possibly affect the crazy growth and popularity of the OTTs. It's the plan to reopen cinemas in the state of Maharashtra from November 5th. Central government had actually allowed it from October 16th, but the state itself delayed their own decision. I'll be sure to check out the new 50% occupancy experience, which in my opinion will be absolute bliss, not having to share an armrest on either side. And finally, it's full swing festival season. We've had Dussehra, Karva Chauth, and soon Diwali. All good reasons for celebs in Bollywood to get on Insta and pose, pose, pose.
Look in the mirror like, yeah. Stay in the mirror like, yeah. Hey.
Now, before we start with the reviews, can I get a thumbs up if you're enjoying these review shows here on Asian Culture Vulture? Also, don't forget to subscribe on YouTube to our channel and, just as importantly, comment wherever you see the video. Let's start a dialogue. Now, on with the reviews. Priyanka Chopra Jonas seems to be quite busy stateside.
No, you can't possibly believe that.
We've seen a first look of The White Tiger, in which she stars and produces.
I think it's wrong the way you work for us.
It's the screen adaptation from the 2008 Booker Prize-winning novel and a book that I've read and heartily recommend. Let's hope the film lives up to it. She's taken the helm as a co-executive producer on another project, a rather intriguingly titled thriller, Evil Eye.
Emma, I've met someone.
Bhanu, this is such good news.
It stars the established British international actor, Sarita Chaudhary, as a mother keen to get her daughter wed.
I've been praying for a good man for you. Can you give me his date of birth?
We're not checking our horoscopes.
And is it me, or does she, Sarita, look strikingly similar to Priyanka? Anyways, Mummy is maybe a little too interfering and maybe a little too paranoid.
Are you wearing a bracelet?
Yes.
Good. It will protect you, darling. If you're not careful, bad things could happen.
That's the central narrative, which keeps the audience hooked until it gets a little bit dull, but then just about manages to catch us in and reel us into the climax.
You need help.
I'm trying to save your life, Bhanu.
Although in English, being set predominantly in the US, it actually does a good job of showing life and expectations within the two countries, US and India. Pallavi, played by Sunita Mani, is living the American dream, independent, not fussed about marriage, working hard and playing hard. Whereas her parents in India are strongly connected to family and a traditional way of life.
Tell me about your last relationship.
She wasn't who I thought she was.
What does that mean?
She tried to kill herself.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean
It's
to.
okay.
I like seeing this cross-cultural experience on screen. I guess with having Priyanka as one of the people in charge, then there's a real authenticity to both of the sides. I'm not, however, sure that the story entirely worked for me. I think the psychological thriller / almost horror idea could have been played a lot stronger.
Leave before it's too late.
You sound like you believe what you're saying.
Let us help you for your own good.
Omar Muscati, who plays the male lead, Sandeep, is definitely one we'll be seeing more of, methinks. Or me hopes.
He is Sandeep. Sandeep is him.
I did a bit of digging. If you watched Better Call Saul, then you may recognise Omar Muscati playing the part of Omar. Imaginative. According to IMDb, Omar Muscati is an actor from Edison, New Jersey. He graduated from the University of Pennsylvania with an engineering degree. His parents are proud of him anyway. That made me chuckle. Overall, Evil Eye is not a bad sight, it's just not something I'd watch again. 2.75 stars out of 5.
Everything will be fine.
PPK, not an Amir Khan sequel, but the 3 letters much easier for me to say than Putham Pudhu Kaalai. How's my Tamil? It translates, according to editor Sailesh, as
Brand New Morning.
PPK is a 5-film anthology, 5 Tamil films shown in a particular order, all set in this recent time of Corona, each with a different Tamil director.
Hello?
Enna?
More than 21 days lockdown announce பண்ணிருக்காருமா.
Sudha Kongana, Gautam Menon, Suhasini Maniratnam, Raju Menon and Kartik Subaraj. Our editor Sailesh actually did an interview with Suhasini Maniratnam about her film Coffee Anyone. If you want to find out more about bringing her family members on board and the challenges of shooting in this time of Corona, then look here.
It's 12 o'clock, ma. Happy birthday.
I did wonder how 5 films could pull together to make a cohesive viewing experience. I'm not entirely sure that they did, or whether indeed it particularly matters. The last film, Miracle, seems a little at odds with the 4 previous.
You must have given up your hope.
It's more gritty and comedic about 2 petty thieves and their elusive search for booty, of the monetary kind. My favourites would be Miracle, the last, and the first film, Iliyame Ido Ido.
இந்த லவ் பொறுத்தவரை நம்மள அவங்க எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்ண வைக்கறாங்கறது தான்.
There's a sweet cinematic device of having the older couple being played by 2 younger actors, so we get a sense of their return to youth through their relationship. There's also a brilliant sharp jump back to reality when they hear about the 21-day lockdown and the older faces the actors appear again on screen.
21 நாள்.
21 days!
I am totally new to Tamil film, so it's only when researching the cast that I fully understood the beauty of the casting. The older couple are veteran actors of the Tamil industry, Jayaram and Uvarshi, who have been paired together many, many times on screen.
அப்போ ஸ்டைல் என்னன்னு சொல்லி கொடு.
அந்த 21 நாள் இருக்கே. எல்லாம் சொல்லி தரேன்.
Their younger versions are played by Kalyani Priyadarshan and Kalidas Jayaram. Jayaram. Same name. Sounds familiar. Same family. They're actually father and son, so a really heartwarming piece of casting.
பைக் திடீர்னு பிரேக் டவுன் ஆயிருச்சு.
நீ இங்கேயே தங்கிக்கலாமே.
The 4th film, Reunion, was my least favourite. Childhood friends reunited because of a broken down bike and lockdown. He's a doctor, she's a cokehead. Though the way we see her withdraw from cocaine is more like heroin, and his mother seems unfazed when Sadhna, a musician played by real-life playback singer actor Andrea Jeremiah, snorts a line off her kitchen floor. Maybe I'm just old-fashioned. Overall, PPK is a great way to introduce yourself to Tamil cinema if, like me, you're not familiar with it. Lots of very well-known actors and directors all in one space. Now, if you are a Tamil fan, then it will be a joy for you to see these well-known actors and directors in one space. I'll give PPK on Amazon Prime a solid 3.5 out of 5.
Lockdown is over, Tata. வெளிய மிச்சம் இருக்கிற உலகத்தை போய் பார்க்கலாமா?
And now my final thoughts on this.
On BBC One and iPlayer.
A Suitable Boy is the Meera Nair-directed 6-part TV series based on the novel by Vikram Seth.
No one can be sure of what the future will be.
Whilst it may be old news in the UK, having shown on the BBC since late July, in India, audiences have only been able to see it via Netflix since October 23rd.
You will marry a boy I choose.
I don't think I ever want to get married.
At first glance, it seems to be doing well. It was, when I tuned in, #1 for Netflix India. And why not? Filmed in India, an Indian story, Indian director, Indian actors. It's for Indians, right? Seems not. A quick, distinctly unscientific Facebook poll of friends in India brings complaints of dissatisfaction, the foreign gaze, all-round wooden acting, and a lack of peacocks. Because throwing one in would literally top off the Indian cliches.
India is a free country now.
Now, this could be a generational thing. India of today being so very different to the era in which the book and series is set. So things like the English accent do seem caricaturish, although maybe, according to the accent coach of the series, at least, quite accurate. Granted, this doesn't explain away the awkward acting from some of the main characters. Was it because of the BBC involvement?
We should follow our own heart.
It was tilted maybe towards a Western audience, those that prefer to see India through their colonial, rose-tinted spectacles. And it had fallen into the trap of being a period drama from the West rather than the East. It was in English, having released on primetime UK television first. Could it be in anything else? Would Gurinder Chadha's Beecham House receive the same backlash were it to be shown to an Indian audience? Not that I've seen it yet, but Emily in Paris on Netflix received a similar slating from Parisians. I guess the same way I balk at exaggerated depictions of London that I see on film. I wonder if A Suitable Boy were to have been made for an Indian audience specifically, how different it would have been.
One day I will make you proud.
I seem to have more questions than answers when it comes to A Suitable Boy. If you haven't seen it yet, I would suggest watching our interviews that we did on Asian Culture Vulture with the 3 suitable boys, or rather the actors, plus with Tanya, who plays Lata.
Thank you so much for having me.
For me, it gave a wonderful insight into the process and helped me better understand the intentions of all of those involved.
He's a Muslim, Lata.
Your family will be against him.
The true stars for me were Ishan Khattar and Tabu.
His obsession with that woman.
Have you no shame at all?
Their chemistry quite dreamy, and in contrast to Lata's forced, almost mechanical search for a suitable boy.
I won't give up until I found my Lata's suitable boy.
Well-to-do Indian society, whether stereotyped or not, for me is intriguing. Namit Das as Harish Khanna is likeable, despite the actor's concern that he could appear a little boring. I would have liked to have seen more of Randeep Hooda. Who wouldn't? It's a blink and you miss it moment, like actually a number of other well-known Indian actors. So, A Suitable Boy. What do I give? A generous 3 out of 5.
A Suitable Boy.
But what about you? What did you think? Please do comment below and let's chat foreign gays, Ishan Khattar and peacocks. Or anything else. That's all for this episode. See you next month for more of my bird brain thoughts on the OTT offerings. Happy Diwali!